Now, I would just like to say that whichever PR person Jonathan hired, they are trying really hard to earn every cent of that check. At the same time, I can't believe that they expect me to take seriously a perseverance award handed out by Jason Lee's organization, of all people, of all things, right? Now, these stunts and shows might work on other people. I mean, I can already see the nignogs nogging about this online already, but I promise you it ain't gonna work on me. All right?
Headlock, got him in a headlock. Music to my ears, I'm about to make your head rock. Headlock, got him in a
Now, one of the many reasons I find all this crazy is that y'all are going to let someone who has a proven record, pattern, habit, right, of violence back into the hen house, and they get mad when feathers start getting ruffled. And Iyanla Van Zandt, Iyanla, I got something for you too, because you are always somewhere holding down some violent, pathetic man. Like, always. It doesn't rub you. You don't even stop to think for a second. Always somewhere making excuses for them. And I want her to interrogate that so bad. I want her to interrogate that fact about herself so bad. Even the little clips of her shows that end up on my timeline and stuff, she always letting some pathetic man cry in her face while drilling the woman. I want her to interrogate that so bad. The Hollywood Reporter says this: Jonathan Majors tearily accepts Perseverance Award. I've had to embody that word more than I wished or wanted to. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? Jonathan said, I reckon folks want to know about last year. And this was, of course, at the Hollywood Impact Awards on Friday. He had some 17-minute long speech about his much publicized trial and misdemeanor conviction for domestic assault in April. He said, as a black man in the criminal justice system, I felt anger, I felt sadness, hurt, surprise when they snatched me up out of my apartment in handcuffs. I didn't feel like all that. I didn't feel like Jonathan Majors, Mr. Creed, Mr. Kang. Boy, anytime somebody starts talking in third person, or like they using the royal we, you know what I mean? Like where kings and queens used to refer to themselves as we and us. And I was like, girl, he's talking about, I didn't feel like, you know, Mr. Creed, Mr. King, like the big bad wolves. I felt a little scared, weak, like a little scared, weak boy, despite the support and evidence that was in my favor. And I'm just like, what evidence was in your favor when you got convicted? When we seen the text messages of what you saying, when we know your pattern of behavior and just multiple events that line up. It's like, what do you mean evidence that was in your favor? He said, I knew shit was bad, and it was bad because of, you know, who I was and what I am. This is what happens to black people all too often. It really annoys me when certain black people approach these conversations from this angle, because it always comes off as, well, white people do it, white people get to do it. Why can't I? You know, as a black person, I have faced such injustice in the criminal justice system. It's just like, girl, yes, we all know black people face injustice in the criminal justice system, but bitch, you not the right one to be talking about that shit, girl. We got to use another example, babes. We all know that there's racism and bullshit, and, you know, we all know it. But we gonna have to use a different person to be this messenger, babes. Like, you are not the right one, Jonathan. Thank you so much, though. The actor made the comments while being at, of course, Hollywood Unlocked Impact Awards, hosted by Tiffany Haddish. Okay. Hosted by Tiffany Haddish. Of course, Hollywood Unlocked is founded by Jason Lee. And the awards were created to honor influencers, celebrities, and icons who have made a lasting impact on the culture. Let me tell you something. I don't care how hard Jason Lee would congratulate me about anything. I'm not stepping foot near his weird ass going to none of his goddamn shows. I can tell you that. Specifically, Majors was singled out for his trophy as an individual who has shown that no matter what adversity they face, they will continue to aspire to inspire. And I'm like, I could understand if this Perseverance Award was about, you know, an artist having gone through, you know, an illness, a sickness, a time where, you know, they were incapacitated for some reason, but they decided to keep making art or push through it. And at the end of the day, you know, they held on to their artistry, their creativity, whatever. And like, I could understand a Perseverance Award in that aspect. But they talking about, oh, well, you know, this Jonathan Majors has faced adversity. I'm just like, what adversity did he face besides the consequences of his own actions? What did he face? Do you see what I'm saying? Of Perseverance, Majors said that the God I saw, and there goes Sky Daddy. There he goes. I mean, just whatever you want it to be, That's what Sky Daddy is, okay? And they inject his ass into their bullshit PR statements to move somebody. And it's not, like I said, move somebody, because it ain't gonna be me. The God I serve has put me in a position where I've had to embody that word perseverance more than I wished or wanted to. We live in a world where black men in particular are propped up as either superheroes or supervillains, but noting he's realized that he's neither of those. And it's just like people made an accurate appraisal about the pattern of your behavior. You could call it supervillain, superhero, whatever you want. But at the end of the day, I think personalities like Jonathan Majors are just going to do everything but look in the mirror. Like, they're going to do everything but look in the mirror. It's because I'm black. It's because, y'all mad. It's because I'm trying to be a strong man, strong black man. Y'all ain't trying to hear it. It's just like, no, we're talking about your violence and your abuse, babes. Like, you can beat all around the bush that you want. And like I said, it's working on other people. It might work on other people. But, babes, I'm going to stay focused on the fact that your violent ass decisions landed you where your ass at right now. And I wish that everybody would stop pretending like anything else is the case. And this is where he was just like, if you think I'm going down by myself, he said, he also spoke for the first time about A-listers who have supported him in private. Girl, he threw all y'all out there. He said, Will Smith was texting me in the wee hours of the night. Tyler Perry hit me up. So he's just like, hey girls, if you think y'all gonna have me out here like this, I'ma just let y'all know I got all y'all tea. All y'all hit me up in private, even though y'all ain't saying anything in public. Whoopi Goldberg fed me and my girlfriend. One day we weren't hungry, but was over there hanging out, and she breathed this light of wisdom and understanding. And Whoopi Goldberg, if Whoopi Goldberg smiling in your face and being nice to you, girl, you on the wrong side of history. You on the wrong side of history, bitch. Whoopi Goldberg saying something nice to you and being nice and smiling and not being annoying. Girl, Whoopi Goldberg saying something. You are definitely on the wrong side of history. Majors took particular time to shout out the woman in his life. And it's just like, okay, you could shout him out, but can we not hit him? Can we not toss him? Can we not abuse him? Okay, shout him out. Tell him how much you love him and they raised me. Da, da, da. But can we not abuse him? Let's just do that. Can we? And then y'all know I said I was going to talk about Iyanla Vanzant, weird ass. Y'all already know I was going to talk about that. Iyanla Vanzant presented Majors with his award at the event. This is the kicker. She said, as a woman who spent 9 years in an abusive marriage, I am both humbled and honored to present this award, the Perseverance Award, to my brother, Jonathan Majors. She continued by saying, Sky Daddy, imaginary friend, Santa Claus, knows Majors' heart. And this is what I'm saying. I'm just like, y'all already know I drag religion every chance I get, but it's so interesting how Sky Daddy can literally be whatever they want it to be. And that started from colonization. Y'all already know that shit, bitch. Sky Daddy told me I was supposed to enslave you blacks and you know what I mean? Have plantations full of you bitches. So Sky Daddy can literally be whatever people want it to be. And it's so interesting to see how they utilize it, especially when it comes to trying to clear abusers' names and shit. She continued by saying that God knows Majors' heart and that he will continue to show you mercy for the excellence that you bring to the mastery of your craft, despite the opinion of human beings. Persevere, my brother, because my friends, mercy and grace are willing and strong enough to get you to the other side of any cancellation, because God is forgiving. And then, of course, Jonathan Majors stood there and started releasing crocodile tears in Iyanla Vanzant's arms. The crowds was cheering and shit. Of course, they had a gospel singer come up and just oh my God. Gospel singer Karen Clark Sheard then appeared and performed a rendition of the gospel track Secret Place. It's just like, religion is going to be the end of us all. I mean, but I already said this before, like that's where a lot of abusers go, straight to the church, because y'all the mindsets there are so easily controlled. It's so easy to brainwash because that's why y'all in there in the first place. So it's just like, of course, the abusers run there first. And y'all know how a lot of these black religious people are. God forgives everybody but homosexuals and people who got pregnant out of wedlock or whatever. So, like, you could be an abuser, just like all these pastors that y'all listen to every fucking week, and that y'all pay, and y'all give these, y'all pour y'all whole incomes into an offering place. Like, as you could be abuser, you could be an abuser, you could be a misogynist, you could be a sexual assaulter, but if you're gay, girl, you know, so of course the abusers are running to the church. And then, like I said, when news inevitably starts coming out, because that's how it was with Drake. Y'all saw him texting all these fucking underage people, and you're just like, oh, well, it took until Kendrick for everybody to actually seriously engage the topic barely. You know, that Drake is a creep, right? It always takes this like big red level moment for y'all to be like, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't have done that. So I wonder what it's going to be. Is Jonathan Majors, is something going to happen where Megan Good comes out and says that I'm getting fucked up in this relationship? I'm getting messed up in the relationship. Is y'all going to invite him back into these? Because he already got a movie coming and all type of shit. Y'all going to invite him back on sets. Y'all going to invite him in these churches. And then, so what are y'all going to do when he inevitably starts to do the same thing? Continues the abuse that I'm sure somebody who don't have no kind of introspective, somebody who don't want to look in the mirror ain't gonna stop doing what they doing. So I want to know what the plan is. Every time y'all try to rehabilitate these abusers who've clearly shown that they don't feel like they've done anything wrong. Like, it's one thing if somebody went through a life of fucked up shit and just like, you know what, I was clearly in the wrong place. I'm doing something very wrong and I need to change my ways. That's one thing. But this man is sitting up here saying that y'all mad, God is on his side. Y'all mad because I'm black, and I'm facing adversity, even though the alleged adversity is just the direct consequences of your actions. So yeah, I really, really want to know what the plan is for when y'all try to rope these abusers right back into y'all communities. What is the plan for when they unleash their violence in the hen house? And also, I feel like if the entire world, if society was more focused on raising boys and men to not be these violent assholes, to not base their definition of manhood on how stoic, how violent, abusive they can be. If society was more focused on that instead of just eating up every excuse they have in the book, not caring, not being concerned whether or not they actually change for real or not, just roping them back in simply because they're a man. Oh, the poor black man. Oh, it's a man. Like, if y'all would just focus on the socialization of the terrible way that the ways that boys and men are socialized in this society, like, we wouldn't be here at all. We wouldn't be having to be doing this dumb shit. So let me know what y'all thought about this. I thought it was absolutely insane when I saw Jonathan Majors crying in Iyanla's fucking arms. I was like, get me out of here. I'm so bored. So thank y'all so much for watching. Love y'all so much, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.
It's a shakedown when a nigga come to town. Sick of showing all these bitches gonna drown. And all these pussies get so nervous cause they let me out the pound. It's a shakedown. Yeah, pussy bitch, get on the ground.